I just realized, sorry, YouTube, first like 2 minutes in, and we had no sound, but we fixed it. We're good. Uh, my old man got banned, so I came back to TikTok. I usually hang out in your YouTube. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I did see that Joe Kent resigned today, and what he said, bro, there's no denying that. And once we get a few more people in here, we are going to go over it. But I do want to make a retraction because I tell you guys, I don't always have to be right. I'm not a subject matter expert. And I did, when all the information was coming out about the um, improvised devices thrown near Mamdani's house, they were thrown at far right protesters. And again, so there you go. I misread. Here we are. Still, don't agree with it. Don't agree with violence of any kind. This is literal annexation. It really is. Not putting, wait, not America putting the FBI in my country. What? What country? Um, yes, Joe can't resign. Give me 1 second and I will pull up his exact quote. I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of a roller coaster of a resignation letter, but he says some very important things. So give me 1 second. Joe Kent. Let's see. 1 second, guys. You know what? Don't like him as a person. He's got a nice head of hair. Resigning as director of U.S. National Counterterrorism Center, Kent said Iran. This is what he said. I'm just putting a quote, so don't fucking report me for misinformation. I'm reading a quote. Um, he said that Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. He asserted that we started this war due to pressure from is not real and its powerful American lobby. That's just a very like rundown, like very slim version of it. He does praise Trump, but he did call out. He said June 2025, Trump changed. So that's kind of crazy. My day was okay. It was okay. Um, but let's see what else we got to talk about. Tonight is a very important night. If any of you, what's up, Joey? Nice to see you. If any of you are from Illinois, tonight is a very important night, especially if you're from District 9, which has caught my personal attention. Um, where they might possibly she has accepted no PAC money, believes in term limits for Supreme Court, has openly said that, and has said what happened in GAZA is a G word. I like that. Her name is Kat Abagazala. Abagazale. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Um, and she did this. She came from nothing with no PAC money, grassroots only, and she's in the number 2 spot. And the fact that she is so vocal about what we actually want and she isn't manipulated by PAC money, I think it could be very, very good for Illinois. And I really, really hope that they pull this one out because APAC has now spent $22 million in false campaigns trying to get them not to vote for her specifically, which is crazy. Also, guys, just so you know, but welcome in, welcome in. We are inching towards 1,000 likes where we will have our first visit with Penelope. Straightigus Prime. Is that what it is? Interesting. Joey, thank you for the heart me. Jolena, welcome in, welcome in. So yeah, if you haven't heard Kat Abagazale, again, if I'm saying that incorrectly, I'm sorry. But she believes now, here's where I don't like it. It's 18-year term limits for Supreme Court. I don't like how long it is, but it's 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 better than them having a lifelong appointment. Um, what else can we talk about? Tommy Tuberville, you guys know how I feel about him being from Alabama myself originally. If you don't know who Tommy Tuberville is, he was a number 2, as in a BM, bowel movement, football coach for Auburn a couple of decades ago. Fuck, I just aged myself with that one. Um, Terrible coach, now turned terrible senator for Alabama, when he does not even, his main residence is in Florida, who is now running for governor of Alabama. He is Diaper Don's one of his biggest puppets. And he made a meme. Keep in mind, this person made millions off the backs and talents of people of color. He was a college football coach at Auburn University and literally made a meme that had a picture of 9/11 and Mamdani and said, quote, "The enemy is inside the gate." This should be completely fucking disqualifying. And the fact that it's not means we've gone too fucking far. Like, we are going to have to overcorrect so fucking much. It literally gives me so much anxiety because I don't see a way out of this. I know there is one, but right now it just looks pretty murky. Guys, sorry. I don't know what's on my shirt, but whatever. We are at 1,000 though. This isn't crime reduction, this is annexation. Absolutely. Anytime you forcefully make someone leave their home for, I have to be very careful on how I say this, but yes, I do agree that it is annexation and it is very similar to what is not real has done somewhere else. Just saying. Same thing with Cuba. Because if you guys didn't know, their electrical grid has completely collapsed. They are in the dark. They are being deprived of food. There's no water, no fuel, no electricity. And guess who's coming to their rescue? Because by the way, we caused this. The US caused this with our actions in Venezuela and going forward. So we caused this, but guess who's coming to the rescue for Cuba? Putin and Russia. So yet another conflict where we are not Russia's ally. Just saying, something we should really fucking pay attention to, especially since I saw Russia has been sharing satellite imagery and drone technology with Iran. Yeah, they also were the ones who literally gave the location of the Lincoln for it with an intention of it being attacked. And they've come out and said this. They've claimed this. This is not misinformation. This is Russia actually claiming this. These are verified. Um, something we need to look for. What else is going on? One of the most disgusting things I saw today, and I'm actually going to look up the video for you guys and let you hear it too, because if I got to go through it, you do too. But Scott Yenner, and honestly, I don't care if I say his last name wrong. So he's one of the Project 2025 leaders, and when I play you this video, it's it's crazy. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm on the backup, so I can play it for you guys.
Newcomer, a content creator.
Speaking of which, Kat Abagazaya,
People are keeping an eye on
Abagazaya.
that history because it is all.
Anyways, I support her, but let's see. Scott Yenner speech. Here it is. Listen to this.
Independent women seek their purpose in life in mid-level bureaucratic jobs like human resource management, environmental protection, and marketing. They are more medicated, meddlesome, and quarrelsome than women need to be.
Meet Scott Yenner.
All right, hold on.
Unhappy and without purpose. Huh?
I'm trying to find the exact video I got.
Every effort must be made not to recruit women into engineering, but rather to recruit and demand more of men who become engineers. Ditto for med school and the law and every trade. Efforts should be redoubled to encourage more men to enter the medical field, space exploration, mining endeavors, and every other high-end and even low-end profession. Young men must be respectable and responsible to inspire young women to be secure with feminine goals of homemaking and having children. Every effort must be made not.
He then goes on in another part of his speech to say something to the effect of, if men were the only ones to win the Nobel Peace Prize, that wouldn't be a bad thing. It would be a reason to celebrate. He is one of the most harmful humans towards women I've ever seen. Harmful in words, I'm not making any accusations, but spreading this type of rhetoric is not only disgusting, it's not only wrong, it's not only morally just decimated, no morals whatsoever. It's dangerous and it spreads like wildfire. You know, I made a post the other day. I don't know if you guys have seen it about there was this guy on YouTube and like men, and this is not a I hate men type of place, but men are getting real brave. Real fucking brave. Even when I was watching that stupid documentary inside, it's not a stupid documentary, but it's a documentary about stupid people. Louis Theroux's Inside the Manscape on Netflix. It's a hard watch, but it's It's not exactly eye-opening, but you get to see a little bit more behind the scenes on how these guys really act. These like pro male fucking guys act with their moms and their girlfriends, and it's not what they preach. Um, but in that, there was one guy saying he was some white guy from Louisiana. I don't fucking know his name. But he said that like women have never invented anything. And while that's false, I mean, he streams with Wi-Fi and that came from a woman, just saying. While that is false, men would not exist if women could not birth them. So their whole existence, when they're completely invalidating women, they would not be possible. They couldn't breathe air without a fucking woman. It's crazy. It's insane that these things are happening. I just really don't get it. Also, guys, if you are watching, and it's called Inside the Manosphere on Netflix, Louis Theroux, really great documentarian, very credible. And he's got a way. I wish I could learn from him. If he could be a mentor, oh, that would be awesome. But um, it's just, and it's all of these like incel type motherfuckers, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I'm not saying on this live that women are the greater sex. I'm not saying I don't believe that, but that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is the fact that to even say we're equal, they can't do that. They think they control everything in our life. And if we really want to get rid of men, stop having babies. They're saying egg selects sperm now. It's not a heroic race. The female body decides. Well, shit, you know what, Moo Cow? That can kind of go either way. That can kind of go either way. The eggs deciding might not be the smartest. Case in point, people like in the manosphere. Hitler, Trump. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, they are completely reliant on us to literally be birthed. Um, if you need a little more hope core, New York City seeks to stop defending former mayor Eric Adams in SA lawsuit, which I think is hilarious. Um, oh, JP, come here. Come here, Pop. He's naked today. He's naked today because he needs a haircut. But I hope you guys are doing well. We're almost at 5,000. Holy hell. Ryan, what's up? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I see you over here. America put the FBI. Oh, Grayson, it's you over here. Okay. Put the FBI in my country of Ecuador claiming crime eradication and making it permanent. This isn't about crime. This is about America trying to expand its territory. Absolutely. He's already joking that Cuba should, or no, that Venezuela should become the 51st state. These are sovereign countries. It doesn't matter if I agree whether or not the regimes that were leading them, I don't have to agree with them to still say their country is sovereign. You simply can't do that. It's the same thing as when he tried to do it with Canada. And it's just disrespectful. Cuba Cuba isn't in a hurricane path. Wait, is or is not? I hope it's a no. And I only say that because like what's going on in Cuba before a storm would even hit um is kind of like what happened after Katrina. And if you really know anything about Hurricane Katrina, the real danger came after. I can't say too much about it on here, but please, 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 um, look into what actually happened. There's actually a lot of documentaries out across all streaming platforms right now about what really happened. Um, well, I don't see any hurricanes right now that I'm aware of. I see really strong storm systems. Like, obviously, it's hitting the East Coast pretty bad right now. Looks like one coming down out of Canada, also heading towards the south, which is really unfortunate. Um, oh, I see it. Okay. So the hurricane I'm looking at, oh, that's all the way in Australia. It's off the coast of Australia. So right now, I think they're good, but still a country in complete darkness with no food, no water, no fuel. People are literally going to lose their lives without power, and generators will run out. People are on ventilators. They didn't do anything to anybody. They're not going to be able to breathe without that machine, and that machine cannot operate without electricity. We are systemically shutting them down and isolating them in a way that they would agree to anything. And it is not fucking okay. Let's see. What do you guys want to talk about, actually? Oh, we're at 6K now. My bad, guys. I've been talking a lot. We went through a lot of things real quick. Apologies for that. But I'm going to go visit Penelope. We're going to do a nice long visit. If you want to take part, please do. If not, I'll be right back. If you got a question, Ben, put it in the comments and I'll address it in just a sec. All right. Ben, whenever you're ready, let me know your question. And while Ben types that out, they're now, first, I told you guys they were going after recreational green, if you know what I mean. Now they're releasing studies that say medicinal green may not help your anxiety or depression, study suggests. This has big alcohol all over it. All over it. First, they're trying to get rid of recreational. Now they're trying to attack medicinal. And also, I'm not saying medicinal green or recreational green helps alleviate anxiety or depression. But for me personally, it just slows the world down enough where I can take time to think about things. So yeah. Um, will it make it worse? I don't think it'll make it worse. Mine doesn't get worse, but everyone's different. Ben says, if Diaper Dawn actually goes for Greenland, what would it look like for the US with them being with NATO? Well, I mean, we're already like on the outskirts of NATO. Before he ever attacked Iran, he wanted to leave NATO, and now he's asking for NATO's help. So I think if we do that, like, we're in trouble. We're going to be kicked out of NATO, and we're going to be defenseless. We are losing allies right and left. All he does is piss people off. He wouldn't know diplomacy if it sat in his lap like his daughter. He knows nothing about diplomacy. Wait, hold on. We are not taking care of PR. What are you referencing, Mukau, in terms of Puerto Rico? Which, by the way, the fact that Puerto Rico is an American territory and they can't vote, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And Adam, I absolutely agree with you on that. Let me go over on YouTube, make sure I haven't missed anything. Um, Grayson says over on YouTube, could you imagine if we went to NYC and claiming NYC and Times Square now belongs to Ecuador? Exactly. That's crazy. Thank you so much. Sanderson, I hope that's how you say that correctly. Thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate it. Um, no, him just thinking he can go and collect countries like they're fucking Pokemon cards or something. It's not the way the world works. And people around him are leaving. Also, if you guys didn't see, and I'm not saying, Ryan, thank you so much for the roses. I'm not saying anything's going to come of this, but 4 articles of impeachment were filed for Bondi, and she was subpoenaed over the EP files all in one day. So Mercury retrograde waited right till the end to get her, and that makes me quite happy. Um, let's see. I mean, I've seen a lot of people, which I don't get it. They're making light of or even supporting what we're doing in Iran. And they're doing it on the basis, guys, of Iran being filled with radicals, which, keep in mind, they call me a radical. And I simply believe anyone should do whatever they want as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything, or take away from or impede on the rights of others. I also believe that healthcare, education, and um, food and housing should be affordable and accessible for the working class, but I'm radical. So they say that this country is filled with radicals, that they spend all day and all night chanting DATH to America. Here's the thing, even if they are radical, a normal person would ask themselves, why are they chanting this? Because, like, I don't just wake up in the morning and decide I don't like, I don't know, Lithuania and scream DATH to Lithuania. You know what I mean? So you look at the reason, and it's because of us. I mean, the current ones that are saying it, if it's even true, we purposely hit a children's school. If another country did that, and it was proven, because we got a lot of false flags flying around, and it was proven, and I had a child, my child was taken away during that, I would scream DATH. It would radicalize me, absolutely. So ask yourselves why they're chanting this. And every time, for decades, it's been our fucking fault. Let's see. Oh, Sitter, thank you for the heart me. Welcome in, welcome in. They're in American territory, so we are responsible for their well-being. Yeah, that's why Trump went there after a hurricane and like was just like throwing either, I think it was either toilet paper or paper towels, and then called them trash. Literally called them trash. So that's our president. Let's see what else is going on. Diaper Don blasts NATO after allies rebuff his call to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Well, that's why you need diplomacy. Because when you piss everyone off and then you ask them to send their citizens to likely lose their lives in a conflict that you started with a country that posed no imminent threat, according to Joe Kent, who was, I already forgot his title, but he was in charge of like counterterrorism. And he left saying there was no imminent threat. I wouldn't help him either. Oh, this is interesting. Judge permanently blocks 10 Commandment displays at several Arkansas school districts. That's a win. Not saying you can't be religious, just saying church and state should be separate, and that includes education. I wonder if he knows that Hawaii is a state. I don't think he does because he literally, when he was, there was a video the other day of him literally calling, he said Gavin Newscomb, which is, his little insult to him, and called him the president of the United States. Brian, thank you for the ice cream and the donuts. It's kind of making me hungry. About 7 or 8 hours ago. I did not. Moo.cow, tell us about that a little bit, because no, I did not see that. I don't have a Truth Social, so what I see from him on Truth Social, it's normally other people reporting it. I fucking refuse to even type that in my fucking search bar. But if you do, that's okay. Trump needs to be educated. Guys, I think his brain is too gone to teach him anything. He's too far gone. Um, oh. I feel like Trump's just breaking everybody's HIPAA, which by the way is illegal. Um, because now, according this is put out from Trump, he announced that White House chief Susie Wiles has been diagnosed with early stage breast cancer. He also just said that about somebody else. I think he was either a senator or a representative from Florida who like had a terminal diagnosis, but he made Mike Johnson break HIPAA and then he himself broke HIPAA. If I did that, I would lose my job. If I did that in my healthcare setting, I would lose my job and my license and be fined and possibly jailed. Crazy work. Crazy work. Ryan, thank you so much for the rose. Other World, welcome in, welcome in. Let's see if I missed anything. Nope, YouTube's still good to go. Let's go back to ground news, I suppose. And if anyone sees the results of District 9 in Illinois, please let me know. I'm not seeing anything on ground news right now about it. Oh, Supreme Court Justice Roberts says that personal hostility aimed at judges has got to stop. Well, maybe if you stopped attacking our nation by doing whatever a diaper wearing you know what tells you to, people probably wouldn't be so hostile. It was long and ridiculous as always. All right, I'm going to put it in my search bar, but I'm not going to the site, only if they have pictures. Trump, yes, post. We'll go, I mean, this could be anything, but we'll see. Okay, that's not it. Recent. Because I did see someone posted about it. It was super long. I can't. Nope, that says Merry Christmas, basically to everyone, but left-leaning people, because we're all scum apparently. I don't see it. I'm sorry. We can talk about it on the next live if you want. Just send me a DM. And yeah, we'll talk about it. By the way, guys, I do have to work a different shift tomorrow, so I will not be going live. It's also Wednesday, so we don't normally go live, but I'll be back Thursday, and I'm pretty sure on Friday as well. Might be a little bit later on Friday because I am going to close by myself. So might be around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But let's get back to it, guys. Sorry it didn't pop up. I can't do that much of a Truth Social search on my computer. It just feels wrong. Uh, Here we go. There's Joe Kent popping up again. I want to see if anyone has the actual like full quote because it's a really, really long one, but we'll see. Why doesn't it actually? Oh my gosh, Ground News, get it together. Okay, Politico. Yeah, I cannot, like I told you guys, I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. I'm quoting this. This is from Joe Kent, the former head of the National Counterterrorism Center. He also said, oh, this has the part I was telling you guys. Until June of 2025, he is addressing this to Diaper Dawn. Until June of 2025, you understood that wars in the Middle East were a trap that robbed America of the precious lives of our patriots and depleted the wealth and prosperity of our nation. Thank you for the You're Awesomes. That right there should fucking say it all. But guys, we are almost at 11K. At 11K, I'll visit Penelope again. We still have about 32 minutes left in here. Hit that follow if you haven't already. And guys, if you are new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. But if you don't know me, my name's Dana. This is Red, White, and WTF. And my political beliefs aren't really that political. I simply believe that anyone should be able to do whatever they want as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything, or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also believe that healthcare, housing, education, and food should be affordable and accessible for the working class. We are at 11K right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here's where, because a lot of people are saying this, and I get it. I got to do some paperwork. I'll be back later if you're still on. All right, Ben, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much for dropping in and for the great questions. The thing about that is he has immunity right now. He has immunity right now because the Supreme Court, who have lifelong appointments, says he has immunity. And because of that immunity, billions with a B, billions with a B, YouTube, are being spent daily on unauthorized wars. And what I really hate is that we know it's at the behest of is not real, yet it's called the U.S. Iran war. Anyways, billions have been spent daily. And guess what that could have provided? Universal health care. And you know what a big part of universal health care for all those that people are saying, we'd go broke, we'd go broke. A huge part of universal health care is preventative care. And this is coming from a former medical professional. Preventative care saves lives. It leads to early diagnosis and things like cancer. Susie Wiles, detected early, probably at a checkup. Diabetes, because you can correct, if you're pre-diabetic, you can correct that. And it saves lives. People don't end up in the hospital as much. They're not visiting the doctors as much. But you know what that leads to? That leads to big pharma getting less money and for-profit hospitals also getting less money. Who invests in those primarily? Besides billionaires? Politicians. The reason we don't have universal health care is because our politicians would lose money because big pharma and for-profit hospitals would lose fucking money because preventative care would save a fuck ton of lives. It's just, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And while all this is happening, again, guys, just so you know, the AI thing, now they have started discussing, they voted to go forward with the SAVE Act. I think it was 51-48. I know a lot of us are very concerned about the SAVE Act, and we should be. We should not take our eye off that. However, they only had 51 votes to even open conversation. You have to have 60 to make this go through. And I think the longer they can push this off, strangely enough, the more of the right is not going to agree with it either. The reason I say that is midterms are coming up. So the longer we push it, the closer midterms get. And yes, they do want to enforce this because it makes their chances of winning greater. So they think. The thing is, the amount of voter fraud we actually have is so minuscule, even combined, multiplied by 5, it would not be enough to ever rig an election. It wouldn't be. But the reason I think that more of the right is going to come over and vote against it is because they want to look good. And also, the side they're on are committing crimes right and fucking left. And a few of them are starting to be held accountable. So now people are going to try to distance. Mike Johnson is trying to distance himself. Where the fuck is JD Vance? Haven't seen him in a while. Haven't seen those two in the same room in a really long time, actually. Mukau says we need to be prepared to help our community stay registered and keep their rights. Absolutely. If the SAVE Act passes, we are fucked hard. But right now, if the votes stand as they are, they do not have enough to pass. They need 60. They have to have 60 to implement this. And I believe even if it is implemented, it will be immediately challenged. But let's just send positive vibes that it's not going to happen because that's going to be fucking crazy. And for everyone saying that it's not a poll tax, I'm going to explain it in the easiest way possible because even Republican politicians have had to have it explained to them multiple times throughout the hearings today. Um, I'll use myself as an example. I was adopted as a child. My last name on my birth certificate does not match what my last name is because I was adopted, meaning I would have to get supplemental form of identification. A passport, that's what's acceptable. My real ID isn't, regardless of having to prove residence and everything. And non citizens can't get real IDs, just saying. But they want you to get a passport, a $186 passport. Now, here's the thing, as annoying as it would be if passports were made free and people were allowed to get them because they still control who gets the passport. That's where my mind's at. If it was free, I would be less pissed off about it. Still pissed. It completely disenfranchises huge communities. Anytime you move, you have to re-register. Like, what? What about military families? Thank you so much, DF25, and welcome in. Havoc, hello, hello. What about people who can't easily move around? What about disabled people? They want to do 1 day voting. Like, none of this is okay. But the reason I go back to the passport is because if they made it free, it would not count as a poll tax. Using myself as an example, I have to have a passport to vote now. If this passes. That $186 is by definition a poll tax because although I have my birth certificate, that is valid. Although I have my real ID, although I have military identification, guys, I'm a veteran. I'm not active duty if you're new here. It's still not enough. I would have to get this one document that they accept. That is a fucking poll tax, and that is a violation of the 24th Amendment. Thank you, Ariana. Yes, yes, yes. Claudia, welcome in, welcome in. It is absolutely a violation of the 24th Amendment. I feel like if they made passports free, the SAVE Act would pass. So let's not let them. Because, again, the amount of voter fraud that has been verified, even if multiplied times 5, would still not be big enough to rig an election. They literally, what was the state? It was Iowa, I think they did it. Iowa recently. I could be wrong, but there was a state and it was like a single digit that they found voter fraud. A single digit, and not a single digit percentage. Single digits. So less than 10 people. That's not going to fucking change an election. Trump and his regime need to be that forever? Absolutely. My grandmother doesn't have her birth certificate. See, that's the thing. Like I have mine somewhere. I don't even know where it's at, but like it does me no good. Married people, people with hyphenated names, people that have changed their names, trans people, everyone. This affects everyone. Not to mention, isn't it in Kansas like they revoked trans people's driver's license and also created a $1,000 bounty program to report people who are using the wrong bathroom? Have they never seen a great deal of trans men, meaning women who transition to men? They look more manly than most of the Republican Party. Is that the type of look you want going into a women's restroom? Kind of weird, if you ask me. It's also kind of weird how they always talk about female to male, or sorry, male to female sports, oh, it disenfranchises the athletes. It's not fair to those women, even though there's like a fucking handful. I have more fingers and toes than all of the fucking trans athletes in the NAA or the NCAA. But it's never um female to male transition. They don't really care about that. They never bring that up. That's fucking weird. Just saying. Let's see. We're living in the movie Idiocracy. I think we're living in fucking Idiocracy, The Handmaid's Tale, Fahrenheit 451 almost. Because Palantir is definitely trying to take over the GOV. Um, and like 1984, all at once. And this summer, we get our own Hunger Games. Let's not forget about America 250, just plastered fucking everywhere. And again, this isn't me hating this country. It's me hating what those in power are doing to the people of this country. It's definitely not what I deployed for. Just saying. Let's see. Iran confirms security chief was unalived. Okay. I'm still wondering about Bibi. Has anyone actually seen Bibi? This summer is our 250th birthday for the country. And on that day, or I think there's like a week or probably more than a fucking week of events. Um, they're doing like a UFC match on the White House lawn. Even if you like UFC trash, no. On the White House lawn, that's not where it needs to be. That's not the type of spectacle that needs to be there. The Hunger Games I'm referring to is they are recruiting a boy and a girl under the age of 18, like a top athlete, to compete against each other. Sound familiar? Just saying. And they are also on the 4th of July, the actual birthday, closing the Kennedy Center for renovations. And we've already went on our fucking rants about the renovations, about how when it comes back, it might not be like they're going to redefine art. Look at Germany's art during World War II. I mean, they had a failed art school, an art school that he didn't even qualify. He didn't even drop out. Hitler didn't even drop out. He got rejected twice in 1907 and 1908. And the reason was, hold on, I'm going to Google this for you. I need to see the exact phrasing they used, and it makes so much sense. And I will say, I looked at some of his pictures and they were right. They said they deemed his drawing skills unsatisfactory, specifically due to the lack of talent for human figures. Um, they said it differently earlier. I've got to find where it was, but like basically like avoidance of the human condition. Like he doesn't know how to, and in my head that means he doesn't know how to draw people because he doesn't identify with anyone. Because how can a failed artist go to being that? I mean, damn. He was a loser from the jump. Guys, when we get to 15, I'm going to visit Penelope again. But yeah, it's quite interesting. Quite interesting. The one thing about Diaper Don, how he does differ from Schittler, is that he's just not talented at anything. Like nothing. Fuck you, Freddie. Nice name. Welcome in, welcome in. Um, On Tuesday, which is today, the National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett told CNBC that the consumer pain from an extended war in Iran is the last of our concerns. I'm going to say that again. The consumer, who's the consumer? We are. The consumer pain from an extended Iran war is his quote, last of our concerns. Everyone should know everything they need to know when our government is threatening media. Absolutely. Yeah, he did absolutely say that if any media outlet reported on Iran in an unsatisfactory way that he decided, essentially, he suggested they should be charged with treason. I'm not saying he said he will. I'm saying he suggested it. Jolena, thank you so much for the heart me. I was the one who sent you the pic of. Oh, hi. Hello. Wanted to keep MAGA from my kid on my main page. That's fair. That's totally fair. I get that. Totally valid concern right now. Honestly, If it were me, and obviously every parent can parent differently, with AI, what AI is doing right now, you would never see a picture of my kid online ever. That's just my own opinion. I'm not saying you have to follow that. I'm not telling anyone to follow anything. Um, but I'm also not the person. You know how those parents like, and sorry if this is you, but the parents that like post a picture of the baby and it's like the whole family and then there's like an emoji over the kid's face. Just don't post a picture at that point. Like, keep it for yourself. Keep that for a precious memory for yourself. The world does not need to see that. And with that, we're at 15,000. Thank you guys so much. I think we can get to 20,000 very easily by the end of this live, which is in 18 minutes. But I'll be right back and we'll visit Penelope. Jan, welcome in. Ryan, thank you for the Go Populars. Ooh. Wow. The national average for fuel is already up 80 cents from a month ago and is 66 cents higher than last year, where by the way, he was still president last year, pardon me. With 5 states near $4 a gallon. 5 states. Fuck your $4 here in California, and I love, thank you, Joey, and I love living here. So, like, don't get me wrong, our gas is over $5 a gallon. In Alaska, someone got on my live and said it was 12. In the Bay, it's around like 8 or 9, Monterey area, like that type of bay, not like San Francisco. Sorry, I misspoke. But like near Monterey, someone said on my live that it was around 9. That's insane. Insane. And he doesn't care. But there's something else I wanted to show you guys. I got to think about the video. I was thinking about it and then I forgot to look it up. But yeah, the stuff going on right now, it's crazy. I am really curious about the results because it's Central Time, which means it's 7:44. It's 3:79 now. And Ariana, Virginia, right? You're in Virginia. That's still pretty bad because you guys are normally around like low threes, high twos, right? Um, let's see. Illinois District 9 results. Because no one's like covering this. It's kind of weird. Okay, it's NBC, but Republicans, Democrats. Fuck! Mm. There's 25,000 estimated remaining. Cat is in second place. Daniel Biss. Come on, NBC. Get away with the ads. Daniel Biss is now at 30.9%. Cat Abigazala. I keep mispronouncing. I'm so sorry, Cat. Not that she'll ever hear this. You're way too big for this channel, but regardless, she's only at 23.2. But there are 25,000 estimated remaining votes. Honestly, if the people just wouldn't have, don't vote for Laura Fine. Don't do it. Like, I don't understand because she has 15,000 votes. She's like right behind Kat. She wasn't even in there. People, I don't know what the fuck this is, but every vote for her is taking away a vote from Kat. It's stressing me out, guys. It's stressing me out. John Ellison, if you're curious, so far, is winning, but it's a really small district, I think. I don't even know what district he is because this is state senator, by the way. He's at 48.5% of the vote with 3,600 votes. So very small place, but we got to put the good energy out there for Kat. I want her to win because if we have a Kat and we have a Mamdani, you know what we need next? A Ramsey Robinson here in California. His social media page is horrendous. And if I was talented and had enough time, I would volunteer. But please, I'm asking the press teams, if you guys know them, if this ever gets out anywhere, if it's ever seen on YouTube, people that participated in the campaign with Mamdani and Kat, even if she doesn't win, she's had a historic come up. Please, you don't have to give them pro bono work. Just give them like advice on how to go better. Because if he loses because of his social media, he's just not out there enough because he's also not taking PAC money, which we love. I'm gonna be fucking pissed because we have like Tim, I forget his last name. It starts with an S. He's basically a fucking Republican that's running Democrat. So we don't need that. And I hope, I mean, we got Prop 50. So I hope California is smart enough for that. I mean, they called it 2 seconds after the polls closed. People were still voting because it was such a massive win. So hopefully we're smart enough for that, but who knows? Um, Moo cow. I was actually wondering that as well because someone said that it was she said she was like, "Oh, it's, 3:22 or 3:40 something, I don't know, on East or Pacific Standard Time, my time." And that in 20 minutes, so I guess it was like 3:40. In 20 minutes Sasha Riley was going on. So I searched everything and like I don't see anything. And now it's moved. Has anyone else heard about this? And Ryan, thank you so much for the Go Populars. Holy shit. Thank you so much, friend. When we get to 18, I'm gonna hit Penelope just because. But yeah, so far, Cat is trailing. Um, but oh, interesting. Didn't I just tell you guys? Didn't I just tell you guys they said the estimated remaining was like 25,000? Now they're saying it's 34,000. I don't know how that happens. Thank you so much for the hand heart. Um, but I will say Cat has moved up to 24.4% and Daniel Biss has moved down to 30.3. The points are closing. Still, like she can win. He's got 23,000. She has 18,500. She can still get this. She just needs 10,000 of the 34 remaining and the rest vote for someone else. She wins. It's possible. We'll see. We'll see. Cuz yeah, they said 70% was counted and then I clicked refresh and it was different. But that's NBC News for you. So take with that what you will. It was the only tracker I could find. I apologize. I'm going to take a little respite real quick because my mouth's dry. I've been fucking yapping this live. Thank you guys for listening. And if you haven't hit follow yet, please do. You get alerted every time I go live. And if you follow me on here, please follow me here too. It's absolutely free. You never have to pay for anything. And once YouTube monetizes me, life will get a lot easier. I will have the financial freedom to take a lot more trips to get on the ground, to actually start interviewing people, so you can see a little bit more of it. And I won't be pressured to work like 50-hour weeks to survive. So follow me there. It's absolutely free. And please, please, please watch my videos. I don't care if you mute me and just leave me on the TV all day playing on repeat. That gives me watch hours, which I desperately need. And I would really appreciate it. But with that, I'm going to go visit Penelope. And we're back. I feel like my lips are getting chapped. I hate that feeling. Especially because, dude, it's whoever it still doesn't believe in fucking global warming. We had a 90-degree day last week in San Diego, and this week is all 80 and above. It's terrible. It's fucking March. Like, we're not even in spring yet. This is winter. Brian, thank you so much for the roses. Brian is literally spoiling me tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on, cat. Come on, cat. All right, still the same thing. Um, yeah, John Ellison's gonna win for the Republicans. If you guys were wondering, in Cook County, he's got 78% of the vote. Cook County sounds real MAGA. In Lake, he has 26% of the vote, and in McHenry, big fat zero, but that's because they haven't counted any of them. Fuck. They're both like advancing to a point that's making me nervous because wait, they haven't counted Lake County or McHenry County for Cat's race, which is interesting. But he's got 24.5 thousand. She's got 19.5 thousand. It's a 5,000 difference. I'm nervous, guys. We are at 20K. So give me 1 second. 99 degrees. Dude, see, that's what I'm saying. It's fucking crazy. 99 degrees. And they say global warming's not real. And we ignore all the EPAs, and other countries have discredited our scientists because simply we live here and have this fucking governmental regime. With that, we're going to go visit Penelope, everyone. I am talking about the District 9 race in Illinois. It has Kat, I'm going to try to say it, Abigazale. Um, she just reached 25%. He's at 29.9. We're closing in. She runs on, she wants term limits for the Supreme Court. Hugely support. She says this out loud, but the A word for it. Um, she has said that what is not real is doing in GAZA is the G word. She's very outspoken. She knows social media. She knows how to connect with the people. And to me, what I've seen from Mom Donnie, like she gives very much Mom Donnie energy. A little bit younger, I believe, but he's done a great fucking job so far. I mean, insane job. I wish he was my mayor because Todd Gloria of San Diego, regret my vote for you and have for years. Trying like so we have Balboa Park, if you guys didn't know. We have a place called Balboa Park and it's beautiful. It has beautiful architecture. It has museums. There's spots to eat in it. They do like food truck Fridays. It is a free or low cost because some of the museums cost money. It's like 12 bucks. A free or low cost park that is beautiful. It's upkept. Like everyone loves to go here. Now, Todd Gloria has enforced $30 parking, which completely disenfranchises low income, all of San Diego. You know what I mean? It's just it's crazy. And yeah, that's here in San Diego, which you would think would be like super progressive, but not always. Mm. Okay, he's at back at 30.2, she's at 24.8. This is stressing me out. I don't like it. JP, come here. Guys, we might get to 25,000. You guys are doing really great with the likes. I almost said the K word. I'm not trying to get flagged. But thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I really do appreciate it. Just a reminder before we get off, we still have a few minutes. Our media is being untruthful about the number of lives lost in this conflict. We should do that. We should have term limits for every elected position. And remember, the billions spent per day on this conflict could have paid for us to have universal health care. But I will go hit. I will indeed. Hear what? Hello. Thank you for the heart me. And there we go. There we go. Let's see if I missed anything over. Nope, we're still good over on YouTube. Oh, sorry guys, I gotta do the puzzle. It just pops up at random times. Like we haven't been on an hour. I'm looking at the timer, 54 minutes. And still. I heard Washington State passed their tax on billion. Did they? Did they? Hold on. Let's look that up. That'll be good news. I mean, it's still like not enough that they're taxing, but I think it's going to help. And I think it's a completely acceptable number. Like if I was a billionaire and I'm like, oh, people are proposing taxing billionaires like up to 25%, which I support. Sorry, I do. However, if I were a billionaire facing 25% or 2%, which I think is what California is trying to tax, 2%, we're individually taxed 33% minimum, which is okay. We're a donor state. I know where my money goes and I approve of it. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Oh, but the tax. I would much rather take 2%. Jolena, thank you so much for the roses. You guys are spoiling me. I heard a MAGA say that they tax. Here's the thing, Sitter. They are convincing poor people to advocate and fight for them because they're these big male men and they look up to these guys. And it's like, we already know Musk has a botched penile implant, self-admitted, been documented. We already know Peter Thiel's a fucking weirdo. What's the guy that also owns Alex Karp? Ugh, you have like I just no. Billionaires give me the fucking ick. Growing up poor, I always wanted money. That's what I wanted. When I grew up, my goal was to never go without, was to be rich. Now my goal as an adult, actually have lived in the world, it's less about money and more just about freedom. Freedom, enough money that I don't have to stress between bills. because I work 40 to 50 hours a week. Enough money where if I want to go on a trip, I can, and it's not going to break the bank. I don't have to sacrifice everything. I just want to be able to live comfortably. I want our taxpayers to go, or our taxpayer dollars to go back to taxpayers and not to billionaires. I want term limits for all. This sounds like I'm fucking running for office. I'm going to shut the fuck up because never. I could never. I used to want to back when I was like in high school, not now. But yeah, the answers are so easy. They're right in front of us, but because people will lose money, it's very hard to get them to happen. But if we can get Mom Donnie as mayor, no PAC money. If we can get Kat as a senator, she's running for senator, right? State senator. Um, no money. If we can get Ramsey Robinson, governor, no PAC money. If we can get that, it's starting something. It's starting small, but the more people that identify with them, the better. We're going to get more of those politicians in. And these are politicians that that want term limits. And they're campaigning on making term limits, which is incredible to me. Sitter says, I worked 40, 50 hours for almost 30 years. I'm free now. Dude, I've been working since I was 14. I'm 33 now, so almost 20 years. Um, I'm ready to be done, but I'm nowhere near done. But we are at 25K. Thank you guys for that. We still got 2 minutes in here, so keep hitting that like button. But I'm going to do an 8-second pull with our friend Penelope. We can count on the screen together, guys. Ooh, I almost didn't make that one. That was a lot, guys. That was a lot. I overestimated myself. Not that cool, but it's okay. But yeah, guys, I know I haven't said it yet this live. I know they are going after our rights, our freedoms. For some of us, our bodily autonomy. Um, but one thing they are never going to access is our fucking joy. We keep that, we keep it to ourselves, and we never let them fucking touch it. Yes, there will be moments of suffering. Don't get stuck in that suffering. Realize it, feel it, move on. Plain and fucking simple. Because the less joy we have, the more depressed we are, the more burnout we are, the less likely we are to effectively fight for our causes. Our joy is ours, period. Absolutely. And thank you for calling me a beast. I don't feel like I'm a beast at all, but I appreciate that. Guys, we got 1 minute left. Let's try to get to 26,000. Why not? And then I'll do one big pull. We'll say goodbye to Penelope. And just a reminder, I will not be live tomorrow. I have to work a closing shift. One of my coworkers needs some help with something. So I won't be live tomorrow. I will be back Thursday. Oh, sweet boy. You sweet, hairy boy. Tell the people bye. Say bye. We're almost at 26. We're going to stay until 26. Do you have anything to say before we go? Oh, are you bashful today? Is it because you don't have your hoodie? No? All right. Not for him. Sorry, guys. Not going to force him to do something he doesn't want to. But you know what I want to do? I want to visit Penelope one last time because we reached 26,000. It is 6 o'clock. Give me 5 seconds. And we're back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was a small crowd tonight. I know we didn't get a lot of follows, but the gifts, you guys went crazy. The likes, thank you so much. Almost 30,000 likes. Incredible. Um, please, please do something kind for yourselves this evening, whether that's self-care, doing a task that's been stressing you out, but you know it's easy. You get like me. There's so many things I have to do, but then I get overwhelmed because there's so many things, and even though they're easy, I just get paralysis and can't do them. So if it's like that, tackle one of those tasks. But do something kind for yourself. I love you all, and I will see you Thursday. Michael, thank you so much for the Go Populars, and good night, Sitter. All right. Ryan, thank you so much for the gifts and for tuning in today. Grayson, I know you've already popped off, but if you rewatch to see what you missed, thank you so much. Um, oh, we got more likes than 100%. So, hell yeah. 8 gifters, $1.55, but I'm still appreciative of it. Thank you so much, Ryan. I'm going to see you on Thursday. Have a good night.